Okay, everybody, we're going on to the very first episode of Heck Speaks. For a lot of you who are on my YouTube channel watching this was streamed live. This was streamed the 26th of May, and I want to start up a streaming idea where I talk to new players within the FGC, big or small, and we hear about their stories, their impact, how their life is inside and out of the FGC, and just how they are as a player. And I want it to be more dynamic. We don't really have much, journalism and discussion for the FGC that actually is like accurate and more grounded. So I want to start this off. Today, I have with me a double Helix boy. If you didn't know, I'm also in the same sponsor, and we're both going to be talking about what he says navigating through the FGC with a disability and also being a competitor. So with me, I have my friend D3 or Latson.
What's good?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Happy to be here.
Yep, yep. It's nice to meet you. And
Nice to meet you too, Doug.
so, just as a brief history, what got you into fighting games?
Sorry.
All good.
Fighting games have always been interesting to me. I grew up watching, like, playing the basic fighting games like Naruto, Ninja Storm, Dragon Ball, but I never really got to the traditional FGC
Yeah,
until it's kind of funny. Until I got Street Fighter 4 in a 3DS,
the 3DS
and
version.
yeah, the 3DS version. I know, walking flash cake. And I got into it and it was really fun. And around the same time I got into it, Street Fighter 5 was coming out and I just got a PC. So I got into it and I started playing it and I was really bad at it. I didn't know what like frame data was, I didn't know what plus and minus frames were, I didn't know what footsies, neutral, anything of that was. I would just press buttons. Um I got a coach. My one of my best friends, his name's Clifford, and he whooped my ass every day until I learned how to play fighting games. Like it was a good 2 years that we played almost every day, and he helped me like get my fundamentals down, learn how the game works, and learn um like basically how to play fighting games. But I would feel that my journey with fighting games has always been a little bit harder than like most people's experience with a fighting game would be because due to I have Tourette's.
Yeah,
And what Tourette's is a neurological disorder where I make uncontrollable noises or I have uncontrollable muscle movements. My eyes might cross, my hands might shake. I might like it could inhibit your play really badly.
yeah,
But I never let that stop me. I kept pushing, I kept grinding, I kept reaching for the goals that I knew I could achieve. It was just going to take me a little bit longer than the average person. But eventually I got there. I got into Dragon Ball Fighters, started playing that, eventually won my first tournament. Then I won my first regional. Then I started taking really big names in tournaments.
yeah.
Like I've gone last game, last hit with players like Lord Knight, Abogen.
Yes, sir.
I've I've played a bunch of different good players, and it's just been an overall really good experience getting into the FGC because it always gives me something to practice. It always gives me something to keep myself motivated. And
Okay.
especially in times like this, that's something like you need, especially when you're like home all the time and so much uncertainty going on in life right now.
Yeah,
Something like that to keep you going is really good. Um, but like being in the FGC with Tourette's has always been something that's been really hard for me because there's times where I'll just randomly scream. There's times where I'll start shaking really bad, or my eyes will cross, or it'll just become really hard for me to play,
yeah,
especially like in a tournament setting where I'm incredibly nervous and I want to do good, and then you have the anxiety on top of like my Tourette's being bad. It really is hard to push yourself through all that and play.
yeah, yeah.
And I feel like the worst thing that I got like IRL in FGC for the longest time was I was always slept on. I was always underappreciated as a player
Always look down.
because always looked down upon because I wasn't just, hey, here's that strong player. Hey, here's that player. I was, hey, here's that guy with Tourette's, or hey, here's that disabled player.
Yeah, yeah. Your issue
And
became your definition.
yeah, and I strove to make sure that wasn't who I was. I didn't want to be known as Latson, the guy with Tourette's, or D3King, the disabled player. I wanted to be known as D3, the OD ass snapper, D3, the guy that's been taking tournaments, D3, the guy that got sponsored, like Double Helix D3. That's what I wanted to be known by.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I made myself become through tons of training, tons of practice. And it's been an experience for me unlike any other. And I have loved every single second of it since I've started.
Yo, okay. So okay. Just knowing you, I'm breaking character already, but knowing you personally outside of this, due to our sponsor, man, you've been a major inspiration to me in the ideals of you moving forward to like be a player outside of your like your issues of what you deal with.
Mhm.
I myself, I deal with a lot of I don't have a physical disability, but I have like major mental disabilities, mental illness issues like
Same.
depression.
Yeah,
Yeah,
depression, anxiety. It's it's,
yeah.
it's tough.
I have clinical anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So I understand, I get what you're saying, and I get that idea of your terms, your issues or what you deal with, your disabilities defining who you are.
Yeah,
And for you to make it through life like that, it's already a giant accomplishment, right? But
yeah. That was hard enough to begin with.
yeah, for you to make it where
If
you are in the
we
FGC,
can go through that as well if you want at some point during
yeah,
the.
yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will. We got time, man.
Okay,
But
cool.
but for you to, make it as a permanent name in the FGC or where you are right now as your own sponsor, you're sponsored, everything like that. You helped me get sponsored, right?
Yeah,
So, I have a lot of appreciation for you.
thank
Um,
you, man.
a bigger thing that I'd like to hear about though is you brought up your tournament experiences. What are some tournaments you've gone to, you've competed in, your best tournaments, your worst tournaments? Talk to me.
I say the first ever joining a scene is what mostly throws people off as a player because they see me. I'm the new guy. I'm sitting there. I'm twitching. I'm shaking. I'm making noises, and no one looks at me. Sadly, no one ever looked at me first. Like first, what's the word? First appearance. No one ever looked at. Oh, hey, this guy might be strong. Everyone thinks, oh, hey, this guy has something wrong with him. I want to go easy on him. But the
Yeah,
thing that I do, the way I play, it shows people immediately I'm not someone to be looked down upon, or I'm not someone to be um, someone to be doubted. Because regardless of whether I have this ability, doesn't mean that it's going to keep me from kicking your ass in a tournament.
yeah, yeah. You still
And
OD no matter what.
it took a long time for people to understand that, and it confused a lot of people. It was like, how do you play when you're constantly how do you play when you're constantly shaking? How do you play when your eyes are crossing? How do you play when you're constantly screaming? Like
You just do it. You like that.
you just do it. There's no way for me to say, oh hey, you need to just push through. No, you have to have that mindset. You have to go in every tournament, every game you play. You have to go in regardless of what's wrong. I'm gonna kick ass today, and nothing's gonna stop me. And that's the kind of mindset I've always had. I had to have that mindset growing up as well.
Yeah,
Because growing up I was always looked down upon. Like I wasn't Latson. I was the guy with Tourette's, or the guy they thought was retarded, or the guy they thought that was autistic. Like I wasn't me. And I still had to, even in
yeah.
life, I still had to push through and show people that I'm more than what my disability defines me to be.
That's a big thing with everybody. That's more outside of just gaming, right? Like,
Yeah, and I have some stories about that.
go
We'll
ahead,
get to that
tell.
at a later point. Well, I had to be homeschooled after high school
Yeah,
because I got a lot of shit from like teachers and students. Like my teachers would tell me that, hey, you're just faking with your Tourette's. So I've had teachers sit me out in the hall, like intentionally like fail me on tests and stuff because they thought I was just acting out,
yeah,
or
yeah.
just try to put me in
School
like
system's
detention
fucked.
and shit. Yeah, school system is fucked. I've gotten a couple teachers fired because they've like picked on me, like just I was always kind of the punching bag essentially, like growing up,
Yeah.
and it was always my brother who like stood up for me and helped me, and I'll always appreciate him for that. And by him helping me, help me get this the self confidence to show myself that I have worth and I can keep pushing no matter what is wrong with me, no matter whether I'm depressed, no matter whether I have anxiety, no matter whether my Tourette's is bad or not.
Okay.
And my Tourette's used to be a lot worse when I was younger.
How old are you now?
Hmm?
How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I used to have what my doctor called seizure tics, where my eyes would cross, my neck would pull back, and my teeth would bite down, and I would sit like that for hours. I had to have a bunch of dental work done because of like how hard my teeth would press down, and I had to go to the hospital multiple times just because of how bad it would get. And that it's a lot on somebody. It's a
Yeah.
lot for someone like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 growing up with that because you know from the jump you're not normal.
Okay. Okay.
And it's hard for you to understand as a kid that just because you have a disability, you're still as valuable as these other people, you know?
Yeah, you're equally as valuable as anybody.
Yeah. And it took a lot of growth. It took a lot of self-care and a lot of dedication to bring myself to where I am today to be so open to talk about this.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming, man.
It's no problem, dude. I want to do this for all the players that feel like they can't do anything because they have something wrong with them. Because
Yeah.
I was in the exact same boat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's something that I had to grow up with. I had to live life with it. I had to go to school. I had to like take care of my mom. I had to have to help my brother, whether I'm taking or not. Like I have to do it. And that's one of the things that pushed me through with the FGC. Like I have no problem getting my ass kicked in a game times and time again because I dealt with it in life, you know? Like I have no problem getting beat down because I can always get back up.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like that's one of the things that helps me with FGC so much is because I don't look at getting beat down as a loss. I'm more so look at it as something for me to learn from.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of players don't do that. They look at a loss as, oh, I got my ass kicked. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I more so look at a loss as how can I improve what I do? What do I need to do better?
Yeah.
And sorry,
No, you're all good, man. You're all good.
um, it's just been something I've always wanted to have an outlet to talk to people about this because only my close friends ever really knew the kind of stuff that I went through with my Tourette's, and even a lot of them IRL don't know the kind of stuff that I go through.
Yeah.
And it's hard, dude. There's some days where my Tourette's is so bad I can't eat. There's some
You was
days
telling me
where
about that, man.
yeah, there's times where I can't eat. I can't get up by myself. I have to have my mom or brother come help me. There's times where I sit in my bed and I can't see because my eyes are crossing for hours on end. Like,
Yeah.
and it's something you just got to push past. Like, it's not going to go away. I can't sit here and boohoo whine about it because it's here, you know? So I say all that to say this. Um, this all comes back to the tournament part. When I was in tournament and I started ticking or I started like yelling or my hands would shake, I slowed the game down immensely.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times when I'm playing a game, I'll play super aggro, like you know how I play. I play really aggressive. And when my ticks get bad, I slow the game down a lot because I need time to breathe. I need time to um like take my time and just think about the situation while still trying to control myself, you know? And I feel like excuse me.
All good, man. All good.
I feel like that's one of the things that makes me a strong player is because I can deal with anything that's happening in the game and in real life at the same time. Like I can still play while I'm ticking. I can still play while my hands are shaking or I'm anxious. Like I don't let that shit like eat me.
Yeah.
where I
How,
feel as
how long
go
did it
ahead.
take you to develop that? To be able to, no matter what's happening to you, you're still the same player. You're still able to compete, be yourself.
Oh, dude, it probably about a little over under a year ago.
Yeah, because you said you joined in, or you started getting to the FGC around, the wake of SFV. So that was February 2016 or so, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you've been competing since around then,
Oh no, I
how
only started competing like 2 years ago.
2 years? Okay, so you've
Yeah,
been into
I
the
learned.
FGC for 2 years,
Yeah,
and then, oh, go
I
ahead.
competed for 2 years and I've been in the FGC for four.
Nice, nice. So I guess 2018 is when you started competing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Originally I was a Smash player.
nice. What
That's where my tag comes from. D3King. I was a DDD player,
DDD? Ah, that get,
and
go
I
ahead.
was I was and still am the best DDD in our state,
What's that?
Georgia.
Oh, that's context. Oh wow, I do know about you.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Nice, nice. That gives a lot more
um,
scope for me.
yeah.
But
So like I've had experience at big tournaments and stuff, whether it's Smash or Dragon Ball. Like, and the thing about it, like, as much as I hate to say it, Smash is a lot more popular where I live than Dragon Ball. So I had to learn how to play. I had to learn how to play with so many people sitting here and staring and watching constantly, and that's a lot. Like anxiety wise,
yeah, yeah,
like having all these people sitting staring and just saying shit um, while you're trying to play. It got me a lot with my Tourette's. Like it would just kill me because there was times where my first ever Dragon Ball tournament, no one had ever knew who I was before, and I showed up and I got to grand finals. I just kicked everyone's ass,
yes, sir.
and everyone started like yelling and screaming when it got to grand finals, and I couldn't deal with it. I didn't know why, and then I had to realize I have to take it all with a grain of salt. I need to not focus on what's happening around me, but focus on the game, and that's one of the main things that helps me when I'm playing. Is I try to drown out everything else around me. That's why a lot of times, if you look at my older videos, I had a big ass pair of headphones I'd bring with me
Yeah.
because they were noise canceling.
Oh, they weren't
And
music; they were noise canceling.
yeah, they were noise canceling headphones, and it was easier for me to have that over and not hear everyone, just focus on the game, and it helps me do better.
Okay.
And um sorry, what was the last thing you asked?
Oh no,
Just
you're good. Just talking
okay.
about tournament experiences. Your first tournament. What was your very first?
My very first tournament was a Smash tournament. It's where I met my original group of friends that live here in Macon,
Nice.
and I went 0-2.
Okay, okay. What was your mindset during it? Tourette's experience, everything. How did it go?
Bro, my Tourette's was awful. I was sitting there screaming, my hands were shaking, my eyes were crossing, and I just couldn't play. And I went home and I was crushed.
Okay. And what year was this?
This was 2017,
Got you.
I
Got you.
think. And I didn't know what to do. I in my head I was like, oh, if I can't even go to a simple tournament like a local, what am I gonna do if I want to go to a major? What am I gonna do if I make it far in bracket? And it wasn't something that I got over in like a week or two. It wasn't something I got over in a couple months. It took me like 2 years. It took me from like the end of Smash 4 to the beginning of Ultimate
Yeah.
for me to get to the level mentally where I could sit in a tournament and not freak out.
I feel like the mentality of a computer is harder to have than actual skill, right?
Yeah, the mentality is very hard,
Yeah.
especially when you have a handicap
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're
because
already
you
playing
think,
the hard game, right?
yeah, like I'm already playing at a disadvantage, but it makes it even more of a disadvantage. That was,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like I said, it took me about beginning of Ultimate to get to the point where I started feeling confident at games. And when I did, I started taking tournaments left and right. I started taking names with K. Rool. I started taking names with DDD. That's when I met Perch, and that's how I got sponsored because I took like 2 or 3 tournaments in a row where I didn't drop a single game.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. We like the growth, King.
And
We like the growth.
and it's one of those things that once you learn how to get around the mentality and once you learn how to look past you having a disability or you having something holding you back, you just skyrocket.
Yeah.
9 times out
Uh.
of 10 you already have the skill. 9 times out of 10 you already have the skill. but you need the
The
confidence, you need the mentality
mentality.
to keep yourself pushing forward. And I feel like whether you have a disability or not, that's something I feel like a lot of players should work on. A loss doesn't mean you're bad. A loss means you have things to learn still.
That's work. That's everything, man. That's worth way more
Mhm.
words than you just said. That's in everything, you know. A simple loss, a simple thing that's holding you back, doesn't stop you from succeeding, right?
Exactly. Like I didn't tell myself when I was in school
Yeah.
that I'm never gonna do good in life. I'm never gonna be able to go to college because of my Tourette's. No, I sat there and I got straight A's. I made honor society. I was in National Beta Club. Like I didn't let that hold me back. So if I wasn't gonna let me hold it back IRL, why would I let me hold me back in a video game? You know?
Congratulations, by the way, King.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so a big thing that obviously you've overcome, right,
Mhm.
is a lot of players in the FGC, and I was included in this, we separate our true selves, our personal, you know, who we are outside the FGC, and we make
Mhm.
this persona, right? We have this ideal who we have to be marketable, to be, you know, understandable, to be a player, right?
Mhm.
And a big thing with you, right, is that you couldn't do that because in the
Yeah.
FGC, outside the FGC, you have Tourette's. That's a
Mhm.
part of you. So getting it amazes me that you're so because I everybody has their own level of ignorance, right?
Mhm.
And I admittedly, because I knew you had Tourette's once you told me, I didn't understand. Like before we played, I was like, oh man, yeah, he's gonna be kind of whack. That underestimated thing you told me about,
Mhm.
and you smoked
Yeah.
me. And then you know we learned, and then every time we play, your first thing, like even when I beat you bad, the first thing you will say is, man, how can I learn? Should I do this? Should I do this? And you have one of the strongest mentalities I've ever bumped into in the FGC.
I appreciate that. It's it's one of those things that wins and losses don't matter to me.
Yeah,
I can sit here and I can have a 30% win rate on anything I play. But as long as I learn and as long as when it comes to the moment where I need it to matter, where I need the win to matter, that's when I care about wins and losses. I'm not going to stress over casuals. I'm not going to stress over ranked because that doesn't make me money. That doesn't help me make the name for myself. The
yeah.
only time I feel it's important to stress about the game is when you're trying to make a name for yourself, when you're trying to win a tournament. You shouldn't stress win rate in ranked. You shouldn't stress win rate in casuals or like you dropped a combo, what you did wrong. Like you should look at it as what you do better and how you learn from that the player and the character.
That's man. Like I
There's
struggled
so
with
many.
that, man.
I can go through my PSN messages right now and just show how many messages I have just from messaging people that kicked my ass. What did I do wrong? How can I get better? How would you mind playing me again and smoking me again so I could see what I did wrong here? I don't take losses as L's. I take losses as knowledge because there's always something for you to learn. Whether you're playing a blue square that mashes and it shows you, hey, I don't know how to deal with somebody who's mashing medium auto combo, to playing a pink square that's mixing your shit and you don't know how to block. There's always something to
Haha.
learn with every player that you play.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people need to understand is you can always learn from worse players. You don't always learn from better players.
yeah. I think I think a issue within the FGC is that it's like a meritocracy, right? Like if somebody has enough accolades, we assume that they're the only person you can learn from.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes you can't learn enough from a high enough gap. Maybe you need to learn from worse players. There's always, you know, room to grow, right?
Exactly. There's always something you can learn. And that's the thing I love about fighting games is with most video games, you there's a straight line in how you do things. There's a straight line in how you have to learn and how you have to improve.
Yeah,
But with fighting games, it's like a tree. Like there's so many different things that branch off and different paths you can take to get the end goal. And I think that's one thing people don't understand. It's not always just a straight shot to getting better. There's so much more than just playing better players and doing like playing better players and getting top 8 at events. Like, yeah, it feels good, but if you didn't learn, like, what's the point? Like,
yeah.
there's if you didn't get better, then what's the point? Like, yeah, you did good at a tournament, cool, but did you learn from that tournament? Did it show you, hey, I almost lost to this player that was doing this. Did I learn on that? Did I learn from that? Do I know how to deal with that now? Like, and I feel like that's one thing that makes me different from a lot of competitors is that results 90% of the time don't matter to me. I play to learn. And
Yeah,
then I use all that knowledge when I play to win. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, man. I'm sorry, I'm taking this in. It's just, yo, like you are an inspiration, like to so many people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the FGC doesn't have your story, people with your story like that told enough. And this is the thing I want people to like learn. Is it like specifically with people Tourette's, right? Is there
Mm-hmm.
anything like tips, ideals you want to give to them?
Specifically with Tourette's, it kind of depends because different people have different ticks.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I can tell you is try CBD oil because
Hmm.
that helps my Tourette's a lot. But with like mentality, don't. I know this sounds cliche, but don't let anything hold you back.
Hey, it's not
Like,
cliche if it's true.
you can, like example, look at Stephen Hawking. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk, and look what he accomplished.
Yeah.
So if he can do that and not be able to move at all, why am I gonna let my eyes crossing stop me from playing a video game? Why am I gonna let my hand shaking or me screaming ruin my experience for something that I love?
Yeah.
And I feel like you gotta just kind of work past that. Like, yeah, you have a disability, cool, that's fine. You're still you. People still love you for you. You still know you're a strong player. Yeah, you may have some bad days where, hey, if my Tourette's wasn't bad, I could have won this match, or my Tourette's made me drop this combo, because that's something that happens a lot. Especially with me as a player, there's so many times where I'll be playing Nappa and I'll drop Cyberman setups because my hand shook, or I'll like get hit by a mix up because my eyes are crossing. I don't sweat it. I don't sit here and be like, oh well, I wouldn't have got two touched right there if my eyes were crossing, or oh, I would have totted him if my hands didn't shake. No, I don't look at it like that.
You just keep
I look at
moving.
I just keep moving. Like, I just keep moving. That's the thing I feel like people got to learn to do. And whether you're in the face of good or bad, just keep pushing forward and you'll reach your end goal eventually. It's not going to be easy, but hell, when is anything in life ever easy, you know?
Yeah, the best things in life come from a hard struggle, right?
Exactly. There's no glory in getting something easy. If I walked in the Evo and just watched everybody and won the tournament, I wouldn't feel accomplished because I wouldn't if I didn't have any challenge, there was no point for me to do it. And I think that's part of the reason that keeps me in the FGC, because I love the challenge. I love the competition.
Yeah.
I love the I love the raw energy that people exude when you're at a tournament. I love just hearing how hype people get when like you do combos or someone makes an upset. Like I love that energy so much. And
Yeah.
like it's one of the things that keep me in the game. It's one of the things that keep me going because at the end of the day, my goal for me is to have my moment. And what I mean by my moment is I want to top eight an event,
Yeah.
whether it be like major, whether it be something just statewide. I want to have my moment, and that's always been my goal. Is I want to be able on stage. I want my brother to be there and see me in top eight. I want my brother to see me and be there and show him that I did it not just for me but for him. Because if there's anybody out there that's been there for me and pushed me through, it's my brother. There were so many days where I woke up depressed, like, oh, I'm never gonna do good at a tournament. My Tourette's is bad. I'm never gonna do good at a tournament. My anxiety. I've had days where this nigga has came in my room, woke me up, put my controller in my hands, and told me to get on my game
Yeah.
because he knows that this is something that I love, and he can't sit there and watch it just like keep me down. And like that's one thing I respect and love about my brother, is because he's always been the main person that's pushed me forward with fighting games. He's always been that, even if he doesn't know a lot like game wise, he has been my biggest help mentality wise
Yeah.
in being able to push through and do better. And I appreciate him eternally for that. Like I wouldn't be here where I am now if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be on this interview right now. I wouldn't be sponsored. I wouldn't be talking to you right now if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, man. I'm as somebody who can relate to that, my family saved my life, same as you. We all
Yeah.
we all
It's
have like our stories are way longer than just fighting games, right?
Yeah, and like outside of fighting games, like if we're gonna get a little personal, I take
Go
care of my
ahead.
mom. I take care of my mom a lot of the time
Yeah.
because back in 2014 she got hurt at work and she has really bad nerve damage. So there's a lot of times where she can't walk, she can't do things for herself. So I have to be there for her.
Yeah.
I
Love
have
out
to
to
be
your
there
family,
to
man.
yeah, I have to be there to like make sure the house cleans. I have to be there to help her cook if she needs me to help her cook. I have to be there to like help her bathe and make sure like she has clothes and stuff. Like I there's more to just fighting games, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like and I feel like that's one of the things that helped me get stronger as well is because like when you get faced with these hardships and you're able to push through that makes you so much better, not as just a player, like not just as a person but also a competitor, because you know how to deal with stress better.
Yeah. Okay, so shifting slightly from the topic of your interactions and coming into the FGC,
Mm-hmm.
a big thing that I noticed is that you said you transitioned from Smash to, Dragon Ball. When I asked you about your
Mm-hmm.
main game, you listed Dragon Ball as it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you're still known as one of the best DDDs.
Mm-hmm.
What caused the transition? What was the move with Dragon Ball? How was your feelings when Fighters came out all the way back in 2018?
This one might be kind of controversial, but I despise the mentality of Smash players.
That's not controversial.
I hate going to a tournament and hearing people say, "Oh, hey, I lost to Jank. Oh, hey, this is broken. This is overpowered. Oh, you're just cheesing me."
Yeah, yeah.
It got very frustrating to me every time I would beat someone and hear, "Oh, I just got cheesed by Gordo. Oh, I just got suck and cucked off the stage. Oh, he didn't outplay me. He cheesed me." My
Okay,
thing
I'm
is,
late on the Smash terms. What is sucking cucked?
okay, suck and cuck. You know DD has his inhale as his neutral B,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I played Smash all the
When
way up to
you
Project M.
Okay, so when you inhale someone off the stage and spit them under the stage, I call that the suck and cuck.
Okay, okay. That's OD.
I, yeah, I call that suck and cuck.
I would use that.
And and it killed me a lot when a lot of players wouldn't hold losses. They looked at it as, oh, that person's not better than me. The game beat me. The player didn't beat me.
A lack of mentality.
It's a lack of mentality, and I feel like that's one of the most disrespectful things you can do to someone else as a competitor.
Yeah, degrade them for like their win. Like take that away and blame it on the game.
Yeah, and there's so many times I see that in the Smash community where someone will beat a top player and they're like, "Oh, well, he usually goes 3-2 at a tournament, so this doesn't mean anything. Like he's not a consistent player." Like I don't care if I go 0-2 my entire life. If I take a set off Goichi, I'm holding that to the day I die.
Yo, I played Goichi in an online set in Fighters, like on some random stuff. We bumped into each other, and I have it saved in my replays. We can't even look at old replays no more. It's from season one. And I got bodied. I don't even know if it was him or just some Japanese player who named himself Goichi, and I still, lived to that. I think,
Yeah, we hold that and we look at those moments for improvement.
yeah, you can't take away somebody's accomplishment because it isn't recurring, right?
Yeah, like, and that's one thing a lot of Smash players do. And the other thing that irritates me is they always scream for nerfs.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like, it's anything that they can't deal with, it's not a fault of their own. It's always the character's fault. It's always the game's fault. It's always something that doesn't come back to them and that will help them grow as a player. I used to be a coach for Smash, but I stopped. I've coached a ton of good players. My biggest person I've coached is, I don't know if you know him, but Nico, the Shulk player. He's like ranked 30 in the world.
Yeah, I know Nico.
Yeah, I coached him. He's
Man.
actually he's actually a close homie of mine.
Okay,
He
okay.
like he flew out from California to Georgia to stay here for like a week for me to coach him.
Okay, okay. Quick pause. Your Twitch is a D3King underscore?
Yep,
Okay.
D3King underscore.
Got you, got you. Gonna plug you in the chat, friend. Continue.
Thanks, brother. And like outside of him, most of the people I coached just they couldn't accept that they were doing something wrong. They always had to make an excuse. And I felt like if I'm gonna be in a community and I want to put my time and effort into a game, I at least want to be acknowledged for my accomplishments. I don't want to be told, "Oh, hey, that big upset you made didn't mean anything because you can't do it again." that placing you got doesn't mean anything because this player wasn't here
Yeah, yeah,
or
that.
this player wasn't there,
Ooh,
and
I think.
like that's one of the biggest things that I don't like. Because like that community is so toxic. Nobody's there for each other. I feel like as a community, you should be there to help each other grow as players, not tear each other down just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. What about? Okay, so that pushed you out of the Smash community, or not out, but made you.
Yeah, it pushed me out. It pushed me out of Smash
It
community.
pushed you out. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
still like the game, but I could never take it seriously again.
how do you feel about the fighters community?
I love the fighters community.
Okay.
There's so many people here that are just willing to help each other grow. There's so many people here that are just willing to show you what you did wrong and help you like improve as a player. Everyone's so helpful and supportive. Granted, there's one or two like dickheads you'll find in discords, but that's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
But the thing I like about the fighters community is everyone's always down to grind for one. Everyone's always down to VOD review. Everyone's always down to help you. Everyone's always down to help you get better. Like that's the thing I feel like communities need. That's the thing I feel like communities like should have. You shouldn't break each other down just to make yourself feel better. You should all want to achieve that level of like top player skill together. Because at the end of the day, if you're a top player and everyone else is bad, you have no competition. What's the point of even competing? You know?
Yeah, yeah. I think a big thing with the fighters community is we focus on relative growth and not just singular growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we all improve to get like when new tech comes out, the universal fuzzies, one person figured that shit out. Next thing you know, every nigga and their mama was doing universal fuzzies, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like
And
that's one thing that I like though is like everyone wants to learn something new too.
yeah, and it was like they didn't save the tech until like a tournament, and then scream nerfs once everybody else started using it, right?
Yeah, or try to coin the term like they did it with like
Mama
some
Mia's.
fucking beat boops and fucking oh my god, that shit killed me back in Smash 4 when Ryu came out and they discovered Wake Up DP for the first time and they thought they were the first ones ever to do it and they were trying
Yeah,
to tell other people that they couldn't do it. Like that's the shit that irritates me with Smash.
yeah. I like tomahawks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit confused me in Project M when I was like net playing it. One time I did a empty jump grab. I was like, oh my god, you're tomahawking? Whoa, you must be like a Louisiana player. What?
Like bro, like
Yeah,
there's times where I'll like empty jump in Smash and you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, it's footsies. Like, what do you
playing
want?
neutral. I'm
I'm
sorry.
saying it. Like,
Okay. What about your scene? Do you have a big fighter scenes in Georgia?
where I live, no.
No. Okay.
I'm mainly a Wi-Fi warrior now because a lot of the people that I used to play fighters with either stopped playing or I don't want to sound like overly confident here, but
Hey,
it
just
got to
say
the
it.
point where I improved so much and they stagnated. And it wasn't a challenge anymore. It wasn't fun. I don't compete to make money. I compete to face strong opponents.
Yeah,
And if there's not strong opponents, I don't want to go to the tournament, no matter how free it is.
pretty much.
And
That makes
like,
sense.
there's only like two or three players that play here now. And the closest tournament to me that has like strong players is 404, and it's like 2 hours away.
Yeah. You said you want a regional within your state though, right?
I got second place at a regional.
Second,
Yes.
second. Hey, that's a major win still.
Yeah. It was Hand of the King, and it was I got smoked in grand finals. I got 6-0'd.
Hey, hey, hey. You made it to grand finals.
But I did one hell of a VOD review after that.
Yes, sir. That's nice.
Yeah, like I wish there was more of a scene here.
Yeah,
I
I
wish there was more
understand.
people that I could just grind with because like playing online has hurt a lot, especially with like certain characters I love to play.
Yeah,
Like Base Goku is one of my favorite characters, but I can't do his fancy shit online.
I feel it. You know I understand that, man.
Like I want to do his rejumps. I want to do his corner combos with all the crazy delays and shit. Like I want to be able to do my like saucy solo spirit bomb combos. I can't do that in like 8 frames of delay.
I understand that. So another big thing, we're both in double helix, right?
Hmm.
You got me in. I'm still relatively new. How long have you been apart?
Since March of last year.
Okay, okay. How's your experience with him, meeting Fly, all that good stuff?
It's dude, they're great. I
Yeah,
love I love our sponsor. Like everyone's so chill, everyone's so nice, they're so helpful.
yeah,
Hell, when my controller broke and I didn't like have anything to play on, this nigga Fly sent me a whole ass fight stick. And
yo,
like
yeah. Fly be going in
like
for us, man.
yeah, he is one hell of a like a CEO for our group, dude. He does a lot. And like I like the reason I put you on the team is because I always saw you play and like I always admired you as a player. I always thought, oh hey, he's very strong. He's someone that I want on my team. He's someone I want to be able to practice with consistently and get better with.
Yeah,
And my end goal for like the Dragon Ball part of Double Helix is to be able to have a 5v5 with other teams.
yeah,
I want us all be able to be strong enough to like go against other teams and stuff. And like that's my end goal. Like I want all of us to be able to be strong, go and say we all go out to the same tournament, we all make top 8. Like, like I want all of us to reach that level of just like top player.
yeah. I understand that.
Yeah, like
I definitely want to grow with y'all.
yeah, like this is it's one of my big goals cuz like I want to have a team. Like I love moving forward with people. I love helping other people grow forward cuz I'm the type of person that's like I'll help someone else before I help myself.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll give someone the shirt off my back if they're cold and I'll sit there cold. That's just the kind of person I am. And like I don't want to sit here and move forward by myself. I want to have people along for the journey.
yeah, man.
Like I feel like that's like one of the best parts of the FGC is it's not something you have to do alone. You can always make new friends. You can always find new cliques of people. You can always find different people to lab with, like be tech monsters together with. Like that's the kind of shit that I love. I love the like the union in the FGC. Like people when they click together in FGC, man, that's your homie. Like y'all grind together all the time. Y'all hang out all the time. Like that's the shit that I love. Like I love it feels like a family.
Yeah,
And
I feel that, man.
yeah, like that's why I love the FGC, man. Everybody's so close to each other. Everybody that's here for it cares about each other.
Yeah. So honestly, like it's more direct. It's not really. It's part of the interview, but I gotta know it, man.
What's up?
You struggle. You said, but not even Tourette's. You struggle with anxiety and depression.
Hmm.
I myself do the same.
Hmm.
How did you take the first step to go to a tournament, man? I can't. I couldn't do it for a while. I mean, I still haven't. I'm scared to go to the local.
It's
I'm scared to compete.
it's something that takes a little bit of growth.
Yeah,
Um, it comes to a point where you want to see where you are skill wise, not just skill wise, but also mentality wise. Because there's times where I've been to tournaments and there's people I know I could smoke with like one arm tied behind my back, but I got washed by them because I choked.
yeah,
So it's not always just a test of skill; it's also a test of mentality. And whether you win or lose, you use those first like 3, 4, 5 tournaments as learning experiences. And that's what I did. I did way more than that though. I used like my first year and a half, 2 years of playing Smash, just like tournament experience to try and get better.
yeah,
It's and I feel like whether you're as good as a player as you are, or you or me, like go into the tournament not expecting to win, but expecting to learn. And I feel like that'll help you a lot if you go in. Like don't sit here and think, oh hey, I'm OD as fuck. I'm gonna go in this tournament and watch everybody and you get washed. Because that's just gonna crush you. That's just gonna make you feel worse and that's just gonna make you feel unmotivated. Look at it more so as an opportunity to grow as a player and an opportunity to make yourself just that much stronger. And you'll do a lot better in the tournament. The less you care about winning and the more you care about growth, the better you'll do.
yeah, yeah. I understand that.
Mhm.
Um, man, it's like I have so many ideals and questions I just want to know
I
about,
got I got all night, bro.
bro. I think okay. So I guess we can continue on the topic of just specifically Dragon Ball, right?
Mhm.
So we're in season 3, and
Mhm.
honestly, it's kind of crazy. I think this is the most. I think season 2 was the most controversial season, right?
I think season 2 is definitely say what you want. Season 2 is the worst season of Dragon Ball.
Yeah. See, I'm on the exact opposite. Why did you not like it?
Snap mixes made me want to jump off a bridge.
I understand.
Universal Fuzzies, I played all big boys for a long time in the season.
Oh, so you got the backhand
I
of it.
I was hurting, bro. I was hurting for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. We played a couple times in season 2, and that is definitely all I did to you.
Yeah, bro. Season 2 Bardock versus Nappa feels literally impossible, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that shit was hard.
Yeah, I get that. So, how are you feeling about season 3?
Oh, excuse me. I feel like season 3 is what the game needs. It gave the game so much variety
Okay.
in like what you play, because no one's gonna sit here and tell me they got hype seeing your main character and then Bardock Goku as a show.
Hey, I played Bardock Goku.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine, but you're not gonna see me hop out my seat like, oh yo, this nigga's playing Bardock Goku. It's OD. Like, no,
Oh
that's
shit,
not.
his
That's not.
team's unique. Look at him.
Yeah, like that. That just ain't me. Like right now, the team I play in season 3, I'm playing 18 Nappa Krillin.
Yeah, that's OD unique.
Like, and there's so many different teams and shit that like people can use, and just like there's so many teams that you look at and you're like, oh, I can beat this team, and you get smoked. Like I played online the other day, and I was playing against like a hit Vegito Beerus, and I was like, oh, there's no synergy here. I'm about to watch this nigga, and I get like destroyed.
Yo, I feel that.
Like, and like just the variety with different assists and stuff. Like C assist did so much for the game, not just like combo wise, but like it changed. Like if you have a C assist, it completely changes neutral. Like it
Change how you
changes how
approach
you
the game.
block shit. Yeah, like it's a really different approach on how you like play the game. And I feel like that's what the game needed. It needed like a breath of fresh air, whether it be like character buffs or like team composition. It was exactly what the game needed, and it's gonna keep the game pushing forward.
Yeah.
Also, Topo for season 3, please. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Really? Him?
I need Topo in this game,
I
bro.
feel you.
You don't know how bad I want to just Hakai niggas,
I
bro.
need
Like
him in
it's
Dispo.
bro,
Yo, Dispo represents us. Why English Dispo sound like a hood nigga? I need that.
bro. This po is cold, bro.
Yo, it's
Like
like,
this nigga Dispo came out the trenches.
yo, when I heard Japanese Dispo, I was like, all right, he sound cool. He's cool. He's cool. Whatever. And I heard English Dispo, like, hey, yo, hit. Hey, that's me. This is me.
I'm saying
Hey, but nah, I feel you.
like
Um,
dream characters would probably be Topo, and I want Arale.
okay, yes, yes. Cause she's like half a guest character, but half not.
Yeah, like I love Arale so much. I feel like she'd be fun.
How
I
you
also
feel about
want
the
Raditz.
Roshi leaks?
Um, I think Roshi's gonna be cool. Like I hope he has like an install where he becomes buff Roshi.
Yeah, buff as fuck. Yeah.
Like not just level 3, but like kind of like he can spend say 2 bars and he's buff Roshi for like 25 seconds, and like powers up his Kamehameha and like his normals and stuff. Like
Why is this game so scared of perma installs?
I have no idea, bro. This
The
this game
only
is
real
weird.
perma installs in this game are Gohan and Broly.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
okay. When chat, if y'all have any questions for him, for me to ask him, go ahead. This is y'all chance. Type in some questions. I'm gonna bring them up while me and him are talking. Okay, so right now, like, okay, so we're in the whole quarantine stuff like that.
mhm.
But before it, right, who are you feeling like the top 5 players in this game to you?
Top 5 players. Ooh, Goichi, of course.
Okay, okay.
Fenrich.
Fan over Sonic?
Fenrich was more consistent last season.
That's fair.
Um, Sonic, Tachikawa.
Tachi.
Dude, I'm probably the biggest Tachikawa stan.
Okay.
I love Tachikawa so much, bro. Like he's like one of my favorite players. Like him and Abigan, bro. They're my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yo, Abigan's been my favorite player since I was like 12. And when he's playing Marvel.
Dude, you don't know how much it meant to me last year. I went to CEO and I played a first of five with Obigan, bro. We went last game, last hit.
Yo, I began liked one of my tweets. I almost cried.
I posted a Napa, like a 5H, like 0 bar Napa TOD before everyone like started finding out about it. And I tweeted it at Obigan. And he's like, yo, this is sick. You know, he didn't say it like that.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you
And then
mean.
he tweets at me later and he's like, hey, I improved upon it. I'm like, oh my God, he thought of me. I was like, yo, that's sick.
He laughed your combo.
Yeah, like that shit had me popping off.
Yo, so we about the same age, right? And
Yeah, I was like, I
yeah,
think yeah, I'm born July 27th, 1999.
yeah, I'm technically like okay. So the weird big thing, it's like my third time bringing it up. So my gamer tag is HexPro99, right?
Mhm.
But you know how YouTube has that age requirement shit?
Yeah.
I made that when I was like 14. But
So
I'm
how old are you now?
I'm
Like
18.
18?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
about to be 19. So
Cool.
2001, right?
Yeah,
Uh
I'll be 21 in July.
yeah, 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 yeah. So a big thing like, since we're both really young, like how did you like growing up, we how long have you been like paying attention to the FGC is a better question.
For honestly, for a very long time, I used to like enjoy watching my when I've got my like first phone in like 2014,
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
and I would sit there and watch like fighting games and stuff. I would go back and look at old tournaments. Like I would go back and look at Marvel. I would go because I used to play the hell out of Marvel with my brother.
Yes,
Like
Marvel
we
3.
used to play simple and we used to mash the shit out of those controllers. But goddamn, was it fun!
Yo,
Um, I played a whack team though. I played Dante Dormammu Deadpool.
damn.
Yeah,
Fuck. That team is whack.
yeah.
But
Then I swapped out Deadpool for Nemesis. It got even worse.
oh no. Okay, so growing up, we watching FGC players, all that stuff, right? How does it
Yeah,
feel now that you're inside the FGC? You're able to interact with some of these people growing up watching. Because FGC is
dude.
pretty old. I didn't know that until like recently. They're way older than I thought.
Yeah, like Dragon has a question here. As another fellow Napa main, how do you feel about him? Best strengths and weaknesses? Obvious weaknesses is neutral. Like actual booty butt
He
cheeks
doesn't
neutral.
have neutral. Yeah,
Like no neutral whatsoever. I
yeah,
feel like other than that, he's very strong.
yeah. Shit doesn't
I feel
exist.
like I feel like his lights are very good. He has like one of the farthest reaching 2Ls in the game, so it's like it's not as big of a commitment to check with him as it is like other characters. He shits damage, 5M or 5H, 2M, no bar, you're dead.
Yeah, and he like plus
Like
3 bars or some shit.
yeah, I think Napa like Cyberman mix is cheap as fuck. I think people need to stop doing the not stop doing it, but implement the EX Cyberman restands into their combos too,
Yeah,
because that shit's mad cheap. Like the force spit combos. Because the only people I see do that anymore are me and Obigan.
I
Like the
fucking
only
hate force
players I
spits.
see, bro. Force spit's so gross, bro. You can reset someone like 4 times in that shit.
That's disgusting. But yeah, okay, so how do you feel about since we're both young, seeing all these people we've been watching since we were kids, being able to interact with them, Abigail, for example, and being able to talk to him like
I
being viewed as
I
the
was
same player.
I was starstruck, bro. The first time, like I was so happy.
All right, yeah, I feel you. All right, let me nerd out real quick.
All right, yeah, go ahead. I mean, I know Calypso, I know it's fake, but that shit's still hype.
Coach Steve, right? I hope he's not in the
Yeah,
chat right now. This shit's about to sound funny as hell. So Coach Steve has been my favorite player to watch since I was a kid, right?
mm-hmm.
Because he competed in Marvel, he competed in Pokken. Like every game I liked, Coach Steve was there playing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I get into fighters, right? I'm starting to make my name for myself, and I play in that NLBC online tournament, right?
Yeah,
And winners final, we go down to last game, last interaction, and then
God,
then we go to grand finals, and he smokes me, right?
mm-hmm.
But we learned, and we kept talking, and now he's like, we're actually friends, right? And
That's
he,
sick.
and he followed me on Twitter, and like, Yo, the kid in me kicked in because I started running around my house excited. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, like one of my heroes, right? One of my favorite players ever was following me.
I feel that. Like
So,
I used. Go ahead.
have
Sorry.
you had that type of situation at all, or
The closest thing I've had to that was when I first started playing fighters. Random Fiend was like one of my favorite players,
hey yo,
and at CEO last year we talked and we took pictures and we played a couple games, and he said that if you're playing when I'm done with my game, I'll come over and watch you. So I was playing my set, and I see him come over, and instantly my vocabulary goes from like Southern guy to just straight up New York nigga, and I just start roasting my opponent like mid set. Like I don't know what came over me. Like Random Fiend was laughing his ass off. I'm sitting over here smoking this nigga. Like I was telling him the mixes I was going to do. Like I felt bad. I was like disrespecting this dude. It was just it was funny, bro. Like because like Random Fiend's kind of been wild like that too, you know. Like and I always thought that shit was funny. And we talked after the set and we took a bunch of pictures and like he gave me advice and stuff like that. That was really cool. Like either that or like playing with Abogan. That was like a dream come true for me because it was one of those things where like I caught Abogan off guard and it made me feel good because like I took the first game and he looks over at me and he like sits up and he's like, oh okay, now this is getting serious.
yeah, yeah.
Like it was fun, man. Like I haven't had any like actual experience with like a top player like following me. I think Rooflemonger. Like Rooflemonger is he's a really cool dude. I think that's the first like kind of
Oldie and
I guess
FGC.
yeah, because we met at CEO as well, and he was eating, and I had sat down next to him, and we just were just eating lunch together, talking, laughing, and joking.
How is he?
And
Does he
then
match his YouTube personality, or is he different?
he pretty much matches YouTube personality. He's a genuinely nice person. Like he
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
He's just like a small town Canadian guy. He just likes fighting games. Like
yeah, he was my very first sub.
yeah, he's genuinely a very good person, and he's always super fun to be around. There's times where like I've just randomly played random games with him. Like we ran a set in Legends of Runeterra the other day. Like he's always down to just like interact with fans, whether it's like inside or outside of the FGC. Like he loves it,
Yeah, yeah.
and like he's a filthy memer too.
Yeah, yeah, memes, bro. That's all we are.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Um, I guess, cause I guess I don't want to push this too long. To close it out, or
Mm.
nearing the closing. How are you handling, quarantine yourself?
It was kind of hard in the beginning
I
because
understand.
I got real depressed for a while,
Yeah,
and it was rough for me to like try to do stuff and play games again. I kind of play more League of Legends than I do Dragon Ball right now.
makes
Than I'd like.
sense. The
I play
netcode
that
fucking
more than I'd like
sucks.
to admit. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like quarantine's fine. It's giving me a lot of time to lab. It's giving me time to like actually sit down and think about my team and like what I want to run. Because you know, in the beginning of the season when me and you were playing, I was in such
Yo,
like a crisis.
you texted me
Like
every day.
I really did. It was OD. I texted you every day. What about this team? What is this, and this? It's just like,
I just kept telling you, bro, stick with one team.
bro. It caught me so off guard because everything was so different. Every character had a different way to play now, and it's like. I think that was the worst character crisis I've ever had in like any game I played.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
But Dragon, when would you like to run sets? Live in Alabama, best ever player here in the state, and I love the matchup against you. Oh, dude, I'm down to play anytime. Like, just hit me up on Twitter.
Oh wait, let me
Um,
drop your Twitter in the chat. All right, all right.
yeah, like I stay gooning on Twitter, so like I'm always pretty much down to play. But like nowadays, I don't wake up till like 2 p.m. So like, just hit me up after that.
Yeah, 2 p.m. the new sunrise to us. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. Like, other day I woke up at like 6, and you're like, no, what? I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like, we got any other questions?
I do, but I think I'm gonna do that as a post interview for the YouTube, right? So the Twitch
Okay.
streamers, the Twitch boys get to hear some extra. You feel me?
All right, cool.
So I'm gonna close out the video right now, y'all. This is gonna be a recurring thing, at least 2 episodes a week. I'm gonna talk to a player within FGC. If y'all like this more, like it, subscribe, hit me a follow on Twitch, drop a sub. It doesn't matter. I really appreciate all the support. This is gonna get bigger and bigger, better production quality each time. I promise. I promise. If you enjoy this, Hex out. Thank y'all very much. Thank you for coming through in the Hex Beats.
No problem, bro. I love having fun talking to you.
Yes,
And
thank you. Go ahead.
D3King underscore on Twitter. Give me follow.
Yes, sir. All his credentials, all his links and stuff like that will be in the description. D3King underscore on Twitch and Twitter. And hit him up on Discord too. Everything it's all good. Peace out, y'all.
Later, y'all.